What's up, Luke? Did you have any trades today? Almost 7 p.m. Looks like we're gonna have a downtrending overnight, so I'll be looking for shorts. Although I do want to buy this. But I'm not going to. Good success scalping gold was plus 2k across all accounts, plus 2 trades, and then ended at 1.5k across 4 accounts. Dang. That's pretty good. Looks like you're having pretty good success with gold. I'm supposed to be scalping shorts, but this is like a very small bear trend. It's pretty close to being flat. But overnight after 1 minute candle finish about 5 micros and close in 2 minutes for 200. Nice. For NQ or for gold? Let me see how this pin message looks on my gold. Nice. I never got into the whole gold trades. You're liking scalping gold? Nice. All right, let me check my, okay, my pin message looks fine on a phone. Probably looks fine on a computer too. Do you have your own model that you use to scalp gold, or is it like discretionary in how you feel about it? Gotcha. You're just having fun on the charts, honest. That's great that you're having fun on with trading. It seems you have a pretty good scalping mentality. Some people hold scalps, or I don't know what your RR is or what's your stop loss, but some people will scalp. And I personally like to scalp with a pretty big stop loss. Some people like to scalp with a pretty tight stop loss, and they'll get stopped out a bunch. Scalping with a big stop loss and you DCA your entries is actually pretty powerful. And I'm assuming you DCA your entries, right, Luke? I feel like DCA is like a core part of how you trade. Usually in and out within a minute or two, unless I'm in minus and I DCA and I exit at minus 300, minus 400 stop loss. How far is that stop loss? Like, I'm not sure how far 3 to 400 is. Like if I pull up gold right here, are you trading micro? You're trading micros, right? There's like MGC. This one. Let's see how gold is doing. Looks like it's doing pretty well. Not sure how gold works for micros. Gotcha. It's doing pretty good. Looks pretty bullish. Some people say that the metals are a lot easier to trade, and then it tends to trend a lot more. Yeah, exactly like how you're saying. So you saw gold on the uptrend, so you just put some buy orders for a pullback and went AFK for 15 to 20 minutes. Yeah. Well, I don't want NQ. I want M and Q. All right. Looks like I'll be looking for scalps sometime soon. Does it feel more predictable for me to trade? There are some big dips, etc., but so far I've been avoiding them successfully. Nice. I'm looking for a short, maybe in the next 5-10 minutes. I wanted a higher high on this candle, but either this next candle or 2 more candles from now. 200 would be a nice entry here. Here along 180. Let's see. This was a pretty sharp fall with just one big increase in volume here. But there really was no continuation. So let's see how far we'll rally. I am going to look to scalp soon though. I feel like this range is pretty flat. So I could honestly play either side. Long or short, and I might do that. What is Globex open? Globex open is right when market opens. So this is Globex open right here. So exactly at, well, for me it's at 6 p.m, but it's right when market opens. So futures is 23.5. Like it's open 23 hours. It's closed from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. and it opens right at 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. But Friday there's no overnight. Let's get some accounts ready here. Took a big hit on some of my new funded accounts. I traded them pretty aggressively. But I got a lot of past evals. What sucks is that my evals ended up like they were lucky enough to hit the better trade. So I think right now I have like I have like 15 Apex accounts now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I have 16. I probably have close to like 30 accounts now. But my Apex accounts, I think I'll hold off on scalping with them just because they don't have enough stop loss because of the daily loss limit. Globex Open is 194. Globex Open is 180. 180.50. Globex Open is exactly 180. All right, let's see what I can short this with. Let's see. This account will be the first victim. What's up, White? Come on, get up there. Whoa. Wait, what's going on? Whoa, what's going on? Hello? I'm like lagging. Okay, I think I'm back. Okay, that lag was actually good for me because it gave me a better entry than what I wanted. So I can't complain. But if I didn't get the entry here, I probably would have been kind of pissed. So I took this scalp on 2 accounts, both funded accounts. Take profit around 180-ish. Let me set my take profits right there. I don't usually do runners for overnights. Let's see if it'll hit it. Or if it'll just reverse right now. That would suck. All right, that's 1 TP hit. The other one I had a bit of a worse entry. The other one's entry is 189. So the take profit for the second account is 177. Let me put it up on the screen. My DL account got unbanned, but Lucid has some sort of issue the whole day, so I've just trained FVG and order flow stuff. Nice. Yeah, it's always good to get your reps in to stay sharp. I think that Top Step account is now 2 days from payout after today. So hopefully nothing bad happens to it. If we get up to 200, I might add in with this other account. The one of these two. I'll add in about 200-ish if we get up there. Your stream lags from time to time? I'm not sure what's happening. I'm using Ethernet, so I thought it would be okay. Oh, I am getting the error. I'm getting like a warning from my YouTube studio. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. All right, maybe it's because I have too many tabs open. Let me flush out some tabs. Okay, what tabs don't I need? I don't need these ones. I don't need these ones. Let me close out this entire, this is like 13 tabs in one browser. Okay, let me close that. Let me close Spotify. Let me close Microsoft Word. Delete. Oh, we're up here. Hold on. Hold on. Don't leave without me. 204. Oh god, my microphone's in the way. 204. Let me try DCAing with this one. Let's see if I want an average of 10 micros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10. Let me know if you're still seeing the lag, Luke. Okay, let's see where my first entry was. My first entry was 190. My next entry should be technically 205, which means it needs to be something like this. 205 is like this. So 205, I could jump in with one more account. Let me get this account ready. This is why I hate showing like This is why I never record videos of me live trading. I'm like this. Oh, in with this account. Okay, now I'll go here. Oh, okay, well, let me do this. And this is 2 browser windows. I have 8 browser windows, you know, in one time. So it's impossible to record something. You get that million in no time? We'll see, we'll see. Probably won't be this year. Unless I become super aggressive. But I don't want to, because then my expenses will catch up a lot. Right now, my ROI is about 3.5 to 5.5 per month. I don't want to shoot for like a 2 ROI. For me to be at a 2 ROI, I'd have to spend about, I think, what, 40K in a month? That might be too crazy. Let me put this back up here. More like this. This will also work. Get me up to 205. It's where I want my second entry. 2 down here. I can even do this. 205. 205. It'll be something like this. Like that. That'll put my cost basis to 205. Why don't you install Ninja with multi-provider enabled? I'm just used to this, so I always I'm like used to it. It's like doing the thing that you hate to do, but you kind of love it because you've been doing it for so long. It's like an old friend, right? You buy accounts every day? Usually, yeah. That's why I always have a stock of funded accounts. How do you plan your spending? I basically spend money when I get payouts. So today I just took out today I took out 3.5K in payouts. So that means I can spend 3.5K if I wanted to, right? All of my spending is based off of my payouts. Oh man, now this is making me regret DCAing. But it's okay. Do you trade XAU USD? No, I only trade NASDAQ. Maybe 333. 244 or 55. I don't know. Oh well. This one I might have to hold for a little bit. I might add and just get in where I wanted to get in. I wanted to get in at 200, which would have already given me the 10 points I wanted. What do you think about SMC ICT concepts? I personally don't use it. I think any concept would work, but you have to put the time to make it your own, and you need to put in the time to make it profitable. No one there is going to, all the stuff you find online is not going to be profitable. What is your strategy? My strategy is an overnight scalping model. It's a trend continuation for the overnight. And then I also trade percent lines. My percent lines are a private indicator that I only give out to my premium Discord. This was the percent lines of today's New York session. So basically this upper green line, these are all percent lines. The odds of breaking or being above a line, to being above this green line is about 12%. it goes 12%, 5%, 2%, and 1% all the way up here, right? So then you're supposed to enter at every tap of the line, and then you can hold scalpers and runners, right? So this model today, if I just followed it, it would have been a 100% win rate. You scalp anywhere between these lines, and the stop loss is usually all the way at a 2% line or 1%, but usually it's at the 2% line, which means all of these scalps would have been successful. Scalp, runners, whatever. But I didn't trade it like this. I was an idiot. I'm gonna start trading a majority of my accounts on these percent lines, because this is literally, like, I put so much time and effort into this. So those two are my main strategies. I also have some discretionary trades based off of market conditions and news, right? You watched a 4-hour video on ICC strategy, and as a beginner, super helpful for me because that's when you knew nothing, like what's liquidity, when to enter, market structures, premium, etc. Yeah, it's definitely not bad, right? It's a great framework. It's a great framework to, you know, if you're completely new. Now, is it profitable? You know, who knows? But when you're completely new, it's at least something to work off of, right? A lot of people, it's very hard to make your own models. So does it look like a VWAP a bit? Oh, what's a VWAP? I use some VWAPs, but I don't use the intraday VWAP. My percent lines aren't VWAPs. See some green. I haven't done a giveaway in a while. So if we get 15 viewers and 15 likes, I'll do a $15 giveaway, but it'll be PayPal, so you need to have a PayPal account. I didn't realize when I did give one away that some countries actually restrict PayPal. And I promised one guy that I'll give him an account if I ever get affiliated. And if they give me an account, I'll give it to them. But a lot of companies have been shutting down their affiliate programs, or they've been like being super restrictive about it. I want to do at least 5 for this guy. Let me make sure it's like it's DCA worthy. Like I'm not just entering in on where I lower a my cost average, or make my cost average worse. Why wouldn't every prop firm make an option to be able to give an account to someone who's eligible to make one themselves? I'm not sure. It's never been considered, and it's probably because there's a ton of people out there that will do anything to milk money out of prop firms. You know, they'll trade in groups, right? They'll hedge against each other, and things like that. A lot of malicious people, because there's a lot of ways that you can, you know, cheat in prop firms. Almost every single one of their rules is a way to cheat in prop firms, right? The reason why prop firms have rules and bannable trading, right, is because it's guaranteed to make you money, right? High frequency trading is guaranteed to make you money because the prop firms don't have the live data feeds, right? They have something not as fast. So if you have a, I'm assuming if you have a Bloomberg terminal or some kind of direct connection to the order books, you'll get the actual price of the futures like milliseconds or half a second or 1 second faster than the prop firms. And that 1 second, right, you can actually make it so you have a 100% win rate. So what do you do with a 100% win rate? Well, you do max contracts, right? You do max contracts, you buy as many accounts as you can, and then you 100% win rate yourself to a shit ton of money. When you DCA in, is DCA across separate accounts or do you DCA in a single account? Usually it's across all my accounts. So like what I usually do is that you see this 2 and this 1. Well, usually it would be like I would have entered with 10 micros here on my first order, but I just felt like trying DCA tonight on one account. But usually it's separate accounts just because I have so many accounts. But if I didn't have as many accounts, I would have to DCA with a single account, right? Or 2 accounts. You meant like gifting a 50k eval, for example. I win a raffle and you gift me one and then it goes into my Lucid account. Yeah, I'm not sure. They just never did things like that. I think, well, they do that, but only if you're like an affiliate, right? What they do is they give affiliates codes. They give affiliate codes, and then like that code is something that you can redeem on Lucid, and then you get a free account. Nothing for us folk, common folk. And I think it's because it might just become too much of a pain in the ass to like code up. There'll be, I can already see like people like complaining, like what if there's a chargeback, then who's responsible? Well, that guy already got an account, you know, things like that. When you start like operating a business, you start thinking about, okay, how are people going to cheat me out of a lot of money? So you just need to start trading better to get affiliated. Yeah, pretty much. I wouldn't even say trading better. There's, you know, there's people that haven't made, I mean, they probably made less than half of what I made, and they have affiliates just because they have good marketing, right? I'm really bad at marketing myself. I'm sure like if I want to market myself, I would be putting out like daily videos or weekly videos. I would hire a video editor. I would set up some plan on Twitter and things like that. My only idea of marketing is like, let me show you guys how much payouts I made. Let me try this challenge for this year to try to get this many payouts. That's it, right? I'm not good at marketing. So there's people out there that could like all those gurus and furus, right? Well, they're really good at marketing themselves. I remember back in my high school, I had a technical IT something professor, and he made some patents and inventions in USA. He told us that for any products that they sold, they had to have a book of instructions / manuals for what not to do so they wouldn't get sued. Yeah, no, the people were kind of really stupid. So because yeah, if there's any way of somebody harming themselves on your product, it's gonna go back to you. That's why when you start building a brand and building a business, every single business has lawyers, right? Lawyers, they have people that write up those warning labels, right? You know how batteries is like do not eat, and a regular human is like, why the fuck would I eat that, right? Well, it's because, you know, a person is smart but people are stupid. This wouldn't really work in Europe. Right. Or at least Croatia. Are there like more like relaxed rules in Croatia, or? I'm only scalping for a payout day on these accounts, so I'm only looking for 150 to 200. Yeah, I'm way more relaxed just for the better and the worse. I think it's for the better if you have like some semblance of like brain cells, and if it's worse if you don't. Like what's better and what's worse? I'm assuming it's better because it's not a pain in the ass to, you know, you don't have to go through every single like legal, you know, jump through legal hoops just to make sure that your product, no one's going to use your product to accidentally kill themselves, right? Or harm themselves or whatever. And then maybe it's worse because I'm not sure. Like less business rules, the business can get away with more stuff. Better because it's more relaxed, you can bribe. That's hilarious. Nobody will sue for these kinds of things because you get almost nothing. Legal fees are bigger. Oh yeah, you can sort of do that here in America too. It's really tough and almost impossible to sue like a really huge company, because they could fight the legal battle for so long that after a certain point you're just not going to have any more money. So it doesn't matter if you know that huge company is right or wrong. Worse is because when you actually need the law, it might not be that easy to get anything. Paperwork's gonna be a nightmare. Ah, right, where it's like it's not obvious how something is, so when you use it, like you genuinely and accidentally, because it's not obvious, right, hurt yourself or something happens, and then it's just like you got to get it going, right? Paperwork is a nightmare no matter where you are. I hate doing paperwork. I actually started an LLC, like a business for all my stuff, and they sent me so much paperwork, and honestly it's like overdue. I'm supposed to pay for something. It says respond by February 2nd. I haven't responded in 2 months. I should probably respond. Yeah, the courts are generally slow, but it is what it is. Gotcha. I haven't done anything with my LLC yet. I'm supposed to set up a bank account with it, just so that way it's easier for my CPA to go through it. Next year. My taxes should be done for this year, or I mean last year, but I really ramped up. Like I almost already spent more than what I spent the entire last year in the first 4 months. Only 2 months late, but it's all right. I was supposed to get a statement at police, and I was 2 months late, and they were chill about it. What the heck? What the heck happened? What were you up to? No, that's not 150. I was one tick away. Or 2 ticks away. Yeah, what the heck happened? Two months is crazy though. Wait, is this take profit set up correctly? 6.9 220. Oh yeah, okay. 204. Hit and run, but I didn't hit nor did I run, and they decided not to pursue me like 5 months later. That was a statement I was 2 months late on. Gotcha. Good old-fashioned hit and run. I've only ever hit like inanimate objects with my car. I remember one time I was out going to get some food and I hit like a fence with my car, and I was in like the parking lot right in front of the stores, and everybody saw it, and I was like, ooh, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I don't even care about my food anymore. It was like the loudest noise too. It was like, why was that fence so loud? I mean, yes, I hit it with my car, which is like an SUV, but it's not like a bomb went off. I was like, what the hell? I don't want my burger anymore. Right? Who put that fucking fence there? Asshole design, whoever made that fence. Come on, don't tease me. Just wait, 8425. Oh, you weren't even teasing me. I was stupid. Sorry. That's my fault. I didn't have a take profit set. Oops. Oopsie. All right, hit the take profit. Come on. I know I missed the first take profit and it's my fault and I deserve to lose this account, but come on. Right here. I don't even need the full candle. Look, it's just this tiny little piece. Maybe I should full port this with as many minis as possible and try to shoot for 1 point. Might not be a bad idea. Yes, but buy minis because it's going up now. I haven't switched to the NQ side in so long. I really should though, because if I'm gonna trade with 10 micros, I'm actually like, I'm losing like 1 or 2 ticks just from fees. Where if I just use 1 mini, I'm actually lowering my profit target by like 1 tick. Which is not a lot, but like it's like, I mean, still something. And I never really take partials, so. I hate having to do like the math for the fees. Like 10 micros, if you want 150 to get that payout day, you have to wait for 170. Which is pretty dumb. But I mean, that's how fees work, even though we're doing paper trading and none of this is real. This is all imaginary. Oh, there we go. All right. Can I get it on my second account though? That would be nice. This one right here. 6-4. Did I only enter with one? Oh, I guess I did. Okay, that's okay. I gotta start working on my account exposure per model. I want most of my accounts to be exposed on the percent lines, and a bunch of these days, like by the time we hit the percent lines, I'm like half of my accounts are locked up, either in profit or they hit daily loss limit. So I need to start thinking how many accounts I need at the end of the day or when New York opens, because if I want to hit every percent line and blow up at 2%, I need, and also DCA in around halfway, I need, let's say 2 per entry, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I need a minimum of 10 accounts roughly, which means that every overnight session or every time that I trade, I need to leave 10 accounts untouched because I want them to trade the percent lines wherever we go to. And lower or higher. So I think that's a good base. I think that's a good way to go about it. What sucks is that NQ is stronger than ES right now, which I don't like. Which means if ES gets a little pop-up or tries to go to the high of day, NQ will be like up here, which will be pretty bad for this account. Like if NQ was as weak as ES, I think this account would already be out. Thoughts on longs now? If you didn't take any of the shorts, because I said that this was a flat day, so on flat days for the overnight model, you can trade either direction, right? This was actually a decent long. 1, 2, 3 down here. But I played the short 15-20 minutes of selling up here, right? So I think my first entry was right here, my second entry was right up here, and then the long entry would be it would need a bit more of a dip, but longs are safer on NQ right now just because it's stronger than ES. So if I were to choose one of the contracts to be long in, I'd want to be long in NASDAQ. Unfortunately, I'm short. Let me mark up where I want a DCA at. Especially because we haven't, like, we tried to break down below Globex Open and now we're just hovering above it. Globex Open is right here, 180. Buyers are stepping in before then. I like to be below Globex Open if I'm bearish and above it if I'm bullish. My first entry was right about here. It should have been 190, which means my next entry should be 205, 206. And then the next entry is 220-ish. And then 240-ish? No, 235-ish. So I'll look to add this around 205. I don't know if I want to try 205 or wait until ES hits this top. 6621, 6622. Do you ever think of just exiting the losing short trade so you can join in the longs? Not really. Just because if I were to enter in longs, it's not very efficient. Like for a scalp, right? Because the time to enter longs was either down here or like this dip. And if you enter now and you didn't enter near this dip or this low of this candle, you're, you know, hypothetically, you are down like 12 points already, right? And I don't like to shoot for higher highs or lower lows. I like to just, you know, get in and get out somewhere in the middle here. What's your strat? I trade percent lines and also overnight trend continuation. The overnight trend continuation, I wait for an hour to determine the trend, and I wait for a pullback and I just enter the trend. Today's trend is slightly bearish, but honestly it's flat. When it's flat, I can choose to scalp either side. So this one I usually trade on stream because it's overnight. The other strat that I use are percent lines. These are percent lines based off of 4 years of NQ data. This is my own private indicator that I give to my premium. But basically the way you trade it is on every single tap of this line and also near the middle, you take the reversal. This is one reversal, two reversals, 3, 4. You take another one here. Could have gotten out there. Another one here, another one here, and then you stop out all the way at this top. So this percent line would have been 100% win rate. This was today's New York session. That's my other model, but I never trade it overnight because we never reach it overnight usually, because it's so far up. The percent lines are just the odds of a day getting to that line just decreases every line we break through. The first green line is 12%, the next one is 5%, then 2%, and then 1%. So the idea of this strategy is, as long as we're not a 2% day, one of the most rare days, right, we'll exit with money. That's how it works. Where does Trump usually tweet / post news except any of the indicator too? That one you gotta pay to get into his WhatsApp group or Telegram group. There is actually people that if you didn't know, Trump has a okay, I just hit the second tick profit here. Whoa, wait, whoa, what's going on? Okay, that was weird. Let me stay on. Let me try to see if anything happened. But some people, this is called Truth Social. It's literally Trump's version of Twitter. He made it. It's like, I think he owns it, and he posts like stuff on it. Sometimes it's like usually just like BS, but other times he'll post stuff about tariffs, about news, like war news and things like that. I think one of the war news from today was literally from his Truth Social. Yeah, it's this site called Truth Social. Trump's Truth Social posts. Like this site literally has a bot that scrapes his tweets. I don't know what that was, but that's not a normal candle. So I'm gonna just wait, because I don't know what's going on. You got it at 171 with 2 micros and exited at 193. Short or long? 17. Hold up. 171. Oh, 171 like long or? I was tempted to buy this candle, like near this bottom here, but I was like, I've got burned by news so many times that I just kind of want to chill out right now. Long, nice. Yeah, usually high volume candles like this where you don't know what's going on, whatever side you take, you get in, you get out quick. You saw what, like if I held my shorts, what would have happened? I'd be back at negative, you know, P&L. Get out quick. And you went long right here, right? Get out quick, right? Because we don't know what's gonna happen. I feel like the market's still waiting. Like what did happen? I don't know. I'm confused. Something might show up eventually. This isn't like the fastest, but usually it's like, you know, nobody knows what's going on right now. You check if there's any news? Yeah. I mean, this is obviously not a normal candle. Like this is just, it might take like maybe, I don't know how long it takes, but sometimes like financial juice updates very, very fast. But other times if it's very obscure, like Trump made a post on his social media like this, it might take a bit longer. But if it's something like a Wall Street Journal, or if it's like a sentence he speaks during a speech or a meeting, it usually updates like really fast. That percent lines thing was interesting, how you calculated that. It's all private. I don't give that away. But you can think about it as like standard deviations, right? In a more complex way, it's like standard deviations. In a less complex way, it's support and resistance, right? Everything boils down to support and resistance. You know, I don't like to think about it too hard. When I look at my lines, I literally just think support and resistance. Other cool facts about those lines in the data analysis that I do is that within the first 2 bull bear lines, 94% of days end between those lines. Roughly about 94%. It's all approximate, give or take a couple percent, but it's all based on 4 years of NQ data. So I trust 4 years of NQ data like a good amount, which is why I'll always, if I have accounts, I'll always take it. When you say 10% for day to end positive negative, you mean from Globex open positive negative? Yes. For the day to end up below Globex open. And I think we just recently had one of those really rare days. What was it? I remember because I was complaining about it. I think I lost a couple of accounts on that day too. Yes, it was March 30th. Yeah, the odds of March 30th closing below Globex open, which was 23188 by 5 p.m. was about 10%. Actually, it was like 5 to 10%, which was very annoying. But these are all calculating like a whole bunch of different days, you know, so the average days take, you know, versus the outliers. The outliers will act like this. And what are outliers? Well, it's markets when it's not like an average day. And right now, no day is an average day because of Trump and his news, right? It's a news-driven market right now. So I'll still trade the lines because I need to trust the data. But when things are too, let's say, unaveraged, then I don't take the trades. How come you don't do exact closing number lately? I haven't done it in a while. I just haven't like by the time that I get the average closing costs, I think I just haven't done it because none of these days are average. And the average closing cost, I don't trust it as much as my percent line models. So once everything starts like calming down, I'll start posting those. Let's see if financial juice updated. Maybe it really is just like the most random candle ever. I mean, we went nowhere. Like we didn't go anywhere. Yeah, we went to the low and now we got back up here. It's not like it was processing and it's like, oh shit, it's really good news. Okay, let's go. Or it's processing and it's like, oh shit, it's really bad news. All right, let's go. It's like, all right, let's sell 1,000 shares of Nvidia. All right, let's read. All right, someone else buys it. Okay, that's it. Now people are trying to figure out what happened. I don't think it's South Korea. Even my gold didn't do anything in the last 10 minutes. Let me check crude oil. Let me see if it's anything with like no, because if this were to spike and crash down here, I would expect crude oil to be up here. Now crude oil is dumping. During the wartime news, crude oil has had an inverse relationship to NASDAQ, and I think right now it's priced in now. It doesn't look like it has an inverse. No, it doesn't. It just looks like two, you know, futures commodities. Future contracts. Now I did say that because it's a flat day, we can honestly trade both sides. And if I were to scalp, this is kind of the entry. Like, kind of. I also took, I don't know, did I take the scalp on stream? I can't remember. Maybe this was before stream. Let's see, if we get anywhere near this low again, I'll consider a buy. Yeah, you had 1 to 2 trades on stream? Okay, gotcha. That's what happens when you scalp so much. Like, you scalp so much, you literally forget all your trades. That's why I can't do daily recaps. I'll be like, hey guys, daily recap. Oh, I can't remember a single one of my trades. Oh shit, sorry guys. I've been trading for less than an hour and I already forgot one of my trades. Imagine how much I'm gonna forget by New York Open. This is aggressive with increasing volume. You can see it right here. So I'm not gonna enter here. I'm just gonna chill for a little bit. I'm gonna let it play out for the next 10-ish minutes, 15 minutes, and see if volume dies down. I totally get you have to go to gold to make sure I'm not accidentally hedging. I think gold and NQ, you won't be like you won't get banned for hedging, but don't quote me on that. If it's same account, it's fine. I do gold on one account and then NQ on another, then it's hedging. Really? Interesting. I don't want to fail this eval. Yeah, failing eval sucks. But I'm trading at 3 different evals. They're all in similar ranges. Gotcha. Looks like you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing okay. $257K so far this year is insane. Yeah, it's pretty good. I've been going at it pretty aggressively this year. Was I too much of a pussy to take this? That was already 10-ish points. No, this is... No, let me not be stupid. Do you only look at 5 minutes or do you look at 1 minute too? I think 1 minute is too much noise for me, and all of my back tested strategies are on the 5 minute. Just because like I want to back test for as long as I can. So 5 minutes, you know, it gives me 6 months of data, right? For Thinkorswim. Yeah. God bless you too. Thank you. So I do the 5 minute. I don't think I've done anything for the 1 minute. I mean, you can trade percent lines on the 1 minute because percent lines are, it literally doesn't matter what time frame you're on, right? It's just lines on your chart. But this overnight, this scalping model, I haven't zoomed out or zoomed in on the time frame. But if you scalp like 200 USD per account, so take payout and take many trades, that many wins in a row, unlikely so it can blow up, or you take scalps only to make winning days. I only take scalps for winning days. You'll notice that all my accounts have decent sized buffer. For my other model that I show, the percent line model that I give to my premium, those are the ones that I take with 5 micros and I shoot for 40 to 60 point scalps or 100 point runners, right? 40 points on 5 micros is $400, 60 points is $600, and 100 points is $1,000. All right. I also trade new accounts a lot more aggressively, so maybe instead of 5 micros, a new account would go in with 10 micros or 1 mini. 1 mini at a percent line with 40 points, $800, right? 1 mini at a percent line scalping 60 points is 1,200, right? 100 points is 2,000. So my overnight scalps are mostly for getting those payout days. That's it. I legit only do 1 minute, but I have to start using 5 minute too, at least for trend confirmation. Some people trade 1 minutes very well, and some people trade 5 minutes very well. It's all up to the trader. I think whichever one like you end up going with, it's like the more time that you put in working with that one time frame and back testing it, like it'll just start making more sense to you. So like right now, if I switch to a 15-minute time frame, I'm gonna be like, what the hell's going on? Like I don't get it. What's going on? Like what if I wait for an hour, right, and we're flat, and now on a pullback of 3 bars, and I enter near the bottom of this pullback? Maybe, but I have 0 back tested of this, right? 9. Okay, pullback 3, enter here, and then start DCAing what, 9-3, 15 to 20 points. I mean, it's something I could definitely consider. Incorporating both makes sense. Yeah, I think some people trade multiple time frames. What they do is like they have one time frame for the entry, one time frame for a confirmation, and one time frame for like a higher time frame bias. Hold up, let me get some. First time in the stream, found you on Reddit. Congrats on the payout. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Hopefully there's more to come. Or maybe April will be my first red month. So far, all the months have been green. My net expenses have been positive. They've been very positive, actually. But statistically, I can't keep this up forever, right? So there will be some months where I'll actually be spending more than I take out for payouts. And I'm not excited for those months. And I have a weird feeling about April. I've been trading like shit recently. I'm gonna be honest. I'm still taking payouts, yes, but I've just been trading like shit. Like red days, I should have been green. Green days, I should have been more green. Got any tips, strategy, etc.? I blew my top step account on Monday. There's really no tips that I can give. The biggest tip I can give you is to budget, so that way you can never trade. You never trade with more money than you can afford to lose. If I was a beginner, I would be budgeting, giving myself a budget for every single month, and then buying that amount of accounts, and then partitioning it, right, or making it so that way the worst case scenario, I blow up all of my accounts at the end of the month, and then the next month starts, I can buy all those accounts again and trade that next month. There's no better teacher than time on the charts. None, right? I blew my top step account on Monday. I blew up a couple accounts today, actually, and yesterday. Wait, hold up. Check the Discord chat. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's really good scalps, because like you can just scalp and win off the noise, right, Luke? So assuming, like, what are the odds that right when you entered on a pullback, it's now going to flush by X hundred of points, right? What are the odds of that? Pretty low. What are the odds of the pullback and the noise just giving you X amount of points? And if you're scalping, like, and you're not being greedy, right? Scalp, I don't know, 5, 10, 15 points. It's pretty high. Just join the Discord. Nice. Yeah, we've got some smart cookies in there. I had a couple opportunities to jump in on this long, but I just wasn't feeling it. Like I said near here I would enter, and I would have gotten my 10 points, but I don't like to see this huge candle And then this is another huge candle, another huge volume. Volume is picking up. I don't want to be in the crossfires when there's big volume. Big volume means could be big move down, big move up. I want to just wait. Like I'll just let it play out. And when it starts chilling, volume starts chilling around here, then I'll consider some scalps. I'm sure on a 1 minute, this high volume had a lot of opportunities for scalps, but 5 minute, not that many. Let me get some water real quick. All right, I'm back. Actually, I grabbed a sub on the way back too. Do you trade on big volume candles? Not really. No. Life is good at 1 minute is all I'll say. Look at all these scalps that I'm missing out on. This is just Wick City down here. I'm gonna buy in now. It's gonna blow up my account. I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Oh, Trump speaking? Oh my gosh. Nine p.m. Oh wait, 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay, he's speaking in 50 minutes. Yeah. I got too scared to take this trade because in the past couple of times where it's high volume and I took the trade, it turned out to be a news candle and then I lost like 80 points in like 2 seconds. This is still like the overnight model says this is the long right here for 10 to 20 points. 60, 80, this is the 10, 20 points right here. I just didn't take it. And the more that I scalp throughout the night, the less, I want to say confident I am of the scalps, but like the less I want to take the scalp. I took 3 scalps, all 3 hit for take profit, so I can't be too mad. I'm not, you know, upset about my performance. You know, everything's decent. You see a lot of people trade MNQM. Is there a reason why? MNQM. Is that the current month's, or is that the current future contract? I don't know if that's the current future contract, but MNQ is basically the micros, micro contract versus NQ is the mini. Is that what you mean? Or MNQM, like, are you confused about that last letter? The last letter basically tells you what quarter the contract is. No worries. I just couldn't. Is it? Yeah, if you're confused about that last M, it's because futures contracts roll over every quarter. So it becomes, it's like M, and then there's a whole bunch of letters. I don't remember them, but it rolls over, which means that you know, the actual futures traders, they need to roll over their positions, or they need to start looking to exit, because futures contracts, I'm pretty sure they expire. Yeah, I'm chill with smart and dumb questions. Don't ask too many smart questions though, because I probably won't know how to answer it, and then I'll look dumb, and then I'll have to ban you because you made me look dumb. Is it better to trade micros or minis? I trade mini, or sorry, I trade micros. What do you risk per trade? I risk the entire account. Usually. Technically, my stop loss is 125 points, but I usually end up risking the entire account. Is it better to trade micros or minis? I trade micros, and here's the reason why. Right? On an actual... Oh, this was the explanation from the other day about account priority, right? On an actual brokerage, right? Like Thinkorswim, TD Ameritrade, I think IBKR, all these, you know, big brokerages. Guess how much money you need, how much margin, right? Guess how much money you need to trade one mini. How much do you think you need to trade one mini? If you go to one of these like super official, and not the discount ones like AMP or Trade of 8 or Ninja Trader. These are really big banking firms. AK, close. 25k. All right, in between you guys, usually it's about 16 to 22k to trade one mini, right? Isn't that crazy? 16 to 22k. And what do we get for trading prop firms? We get 2k, and we can trade anywhere from 2 to 5 minis. I mean, what? And now you wonder why people blow up all the time. This doesn't make sense, right? That's why I trade micros. I trade anywhere from 5 to 20 micros. Usually I would say I'm in between 5 to 15, near the lower end. Usually like 90% of the time I'm trading like 5 to 10. Yeah. You think prop firms are helping you with these extra leverage, but it's not. This will blow up your account, and this will blow up your account with just noise. Like, do you want to blow up your account with just noise like this? Right? Which is why I trade micros. Where do you go if you want to trade live your own money, and your own money being 5 to 700? So there's some brokerages, they're called, I call them discount brokerages. Doesn't mean that they're bad. You know, I don't want to say that they're bad brokerages, right? They work completely fine, right? You can buy, sell, you can do whatever. There's two of them. There's one called AMP, and there's one called Tradeovate or maybe Ninja Trader. Like Tradeovate, almost all prop firms use Tradeovate, but Tradeovate is actually its own brokerage, right? So Tradeovate, I think it's like 2 to 500 per mini. I don't know. I've done this maybe like once, like 5 years ago, and I've never done it ever again. And I think AMP is also very similar. You'll have to check the margin requirements. Maybe they're also like very similar. I think there's another one called like Iron Beam. These are like all the same. I recommend these two though. Just because Tradeovate is like one of like, you know, the older ones. AMP is a newer one, but I don't think I've heard many complaints for AMP. But yeah, I personally don't trade personal accounts. To make 15 points, how many points do you risk? I'll risk the entire account. Point wise, I would say 125. AMP right now with Trump speaking, need 4K per micro to trade right now. Ah, yes, exactly. So you'll also on AMP and other places, you'll get emails and stuff, and they will tell you that the margin that they give you or the leverage they give you is actually reduced, right? And the reason why, and you'll find out why, you'll always, if you use AMP, you always get that email in the morning before FOMC, before NFP, before huge news, right? They reduce your margins. So that way you can't, I'm assuming it's because you can't gamble and get like a huge win. I actually have no idea. But that's why. I want to click this button so bad. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. I had like 17 opportunities. I'm going to jump in on this long, and I'm going to lose my account. It's kind of chill. Yeah. I'm new to scalping. I'm pretty new to scalping too. I literally came up with my scalping strategy like 2 to 3 weeks ago. Here to learn. Yeah, it's a pretty decent place to learn. I'm like, I know some stuff. I'm like, okay at prop trading, but all of my stuff is for prop trading. I don't know much about real brokerage trading. So all of my models are specifically designed for prop trading. Go to trade micros instead of minis, thanks for clarification. Yeah, dude, you'll learn so much with micros. In the beginning, it's not about hitting those big payouts. In the beginning, it's about learning. With minis, you'll learn for like 1 day, 2 days, then you lose the account. With micros, you'll learn for so much longer. You always wonder why prop people trade micros instead of minis, but all makes sense now. And yeah, I'm sure there's people that trade minis and they're profitable, but it's too... I actually don't know any that does that actually, but maybe there are some. I do a 1 to 2 RR on my live account. Yeah, if I were to start trading a live account, I'd have to modify my models to an okay-ish RR. Right now, my models are, my percent line models that I trade during the New York session is anywhere between, let's see, 40 and 200-ish. Is anywhere between 5 to 1 to like 2 to 1. Yeah, about 5-1 to 2-1. And the overnight is even worse than that. The overnight is like 10-1. You got your models, your strategy on your Discord or your YouTube. I haven't checked anything out, just joined. My models are only available in my premium. I trade my overnight models. That's like the one thing that I show everybody because I actually trade it live. But my percent line model, I don't give out to anybody besides my premium. I have a couple of Lucid funded so I can use your model. I mean, you can use anything, yeah. You're going to trade live tomorrow? I trade live every overnight session. I don't stream New York because I have work. I still have a 9 to 5. A lot of people ask me why I don't do this full time, and it's just not really worth it. No need to put extra stress on myself. It's going to affect how I trade. But yeah, every single overnight session I'll be streaming. I usually stream from like 7 p.m. Eastern to 8:30ish, maybe 9. So about for like an hour or two. Usually, like it could be longer, but that's only if I'm in a trade. Like last night, I traded so long because I was stuck in a scalp for like 2-3 hours. I literally stayed till like, I streamed for like 3 hours. And I was in a trade for like 2.5, like the same trade. I just wanted like 10 points. I was like, please just give me my 10 points so I could go to sleep or get something to eat. It must have been longer than 3 hours. It must have been like 3 or 4 hours. You do 1 scalp a day? I scalp anywhere between 10 to 30 times a day. It could be, I could scalp like a shit ton. Yeah, the last night's scalp was legendary. Dude, I was going insane, man. I honestly, at one point, I was just like, dude, just take the account. I don't even care anymore. Just take the account. Just move or something. What sucks is that last night I had a scalp with 2 new accounts. I got them up to 2K. And then I left some limit orders overnight and it blew up those 2 new accounts with 2K in it. I was so sad. You went AFK for 1 minute and hit TP? The 1 minute that I was like, oh, I'm gonna get some water or something. And it hit TP and I'm like, oh, great. You're live on premium only? No, I'm not live on premium. I'm not live. For premium, like I give the percent lines. Like the premium chat knows exactly where I'm gonna trade. Like, for example, the trading plan, like they know how I'll trade these lines every single time. These are my percent lines. I'll take a short here every single time, right? I'll take a short in between these lines every single time. I'll take a short at this upper green line every single time. And then I'll stop out of all these accounts near this blue line or in between this blue line and this grayish line. So it's really no point in me telling my premium where I'm going to trade because they know where I'm going to trade. They know I'm going to take this short. They know I'm going to take this short. They know I'm going to take this short. And this is my percent line model. This model for this New York session would have hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe not 9. Let's say 8. It would have had 8 winning trades in a row. You scalp for about 40 to 80 points, 40 to 60 for scalps, and maybe 100 point runners. So usually they always know what I'll trade. So I kind of haven't set a trade plan in a while. Because if I could trade one model for the rest of my life, it would be that model that I just showed you guys. And I'm like kicking myself in the back of the head because I didn't take like those trades. I ran out of accounts. Man, NQ does not want to sell off. I feel like the market is just waiting for Trump, so it doesn't want to just flush. But maybe it will. Starting to lose a lot of like. We'll see. Doesn't really want to go anywhere. We're just kind of stuck between this range. Dude, you're a scalping monster, Luke. That's disgusting. Volume profile important for scalps? I don't use volume profile, so I wouldn't know. Man, I was just too scared to pull the trigger, but it looks like you're shooting for 5-ish points. Oh man, I definitely would have taken those. Dang, you passed. So you bought 4 accounts more and passed 3 evals. Nice. Then taking trades was as much as you had refunded. I just have one for them. I'm scared of blowing up taking small trades. Yeah. Yeah. Having a bunch of funded accounts is like a superpower. It is one of the biggest advantages that prop firms gives you. Multiple accounts. Like there's actually prop firms, there's actually a way for a unprofitable trader to become profitable. You could do the math out. You can blow 19 accounts. You can buy 20 evals, right? And if one of them gets to a 2K payout, you're break even. 2K, 2.2K payout, right? You're break even for those 20 accounts. And if you're a trader that, you know, blew 20 accounts to get one 2K payout, most likely your expectancy is pretty low, right? But if you get 2 of those accounts to 2K payouts out of 20, well then now you're making profits. But you're net negative as a trader, right? So that's why prop firms is so... It's one of the biggest advantages. It's also a great area to learn too. But right now I'm not interested in learning. I'm just interested in taking money out of firms. This is too choppy to target for more and I don't want to be reversed, so I just go for a small profit like 50-60 bucks. That's a great mindset. Yeah, this is, I mean, this is exactly what it is. It is very choppy. That was my life last quarter. $4,000 payout, $4,000 expenses, probably just green by a tiny amount. Yeah. Once you start breaking down prop firms into like math and numbers, like you really can start making some great profits. That's basically how I started looking at it. I don't look at prop firm trading as like regular trading. I look at it as a bunch of numbers. Overall minus 12K net started in September 24th. Yeah, getting that first, like I like to think of prop firm trading as a snowball. You know, the initial snowball is very small, but as it starts ramping up, snowball gets bigger and bigger and bigger. That's where I'm at. I started with a budget of about 500 bucks, maybe 1,000. And then as I got more payouts, I basically bought more accounts with it. And those more of those accounts, when I hit a green streak, they paid for even more accounts. Okay, a red streak, okay, I can buy more accounts because I took a bunch of payouts. And then you just need a couple of green streaks and you can start moving that snowball really, really fast. Gets it really big. It's like compound growth, right? It's hard in the beginning. But what sucks is that if people have a limited budget, it's very, very hard. Like if you have under a $500 budget to get that snowball rolling, it's very tough. It's the same thing with investing, right? What if somebody came up to you guys, it's like, oh, I have 500 bucks to invest. What do I do? And you're like, dude, just put it somewhere and then just wait like 10 years, right? But then if someone's like, oh, I have 500 bucks, but I can put in 500 more every single month, or every time I get a raise, I'll put in more, right? And then it's like, okay, you'll start seeing results a lot faster. Overall minus 12k net starting in September. Yeah, minus 12k net is not horrible for 6 months ish. Was that 7 months? 7 months ish. 12k. That's a little over 1k per month. A little over like what's like 1.2, 1.3. Just playing around with Traderate's groups and put all my 3 evals in there. Oh yeah, I use Tradevate groups when I have like 40 plus accounts, just because like it's too much. I can't manually trade. Oh, September 2024, dude, that's even better. That goes to show that you have a good control on your budget. Yeah, so it's even less per month. That's the biggest thing that's like the biggest thing I want people to learn is like, please budget your money. And the way that, you know, the thought experiment I tell them is, let's say you use all of your money and you're in debt and you can't trade anymore, and you've been trading for a year or two, but next month you'll become profitable, right? Well, now you'll never know. Or next year you'll be profitable, or next three months you'll be profitable. Now you'll never know, right? Because you can't trade anymore. And then, you know, after a certain point, some people do just end up giving up, just because like they realized they put in so much time and they couldn't make it. But you know, if you're serious about it, you got to start trading like a business. Not every single business is going to work out for everybody, right? That's how I think about trading, especially prop firms. It's literally a business. You're 1099, you're self-employed, right? What's up, Vlad? I'm doing good today. Doing good, thanks for asking. Here's the move up. Man, I'm just technically on this move up in the overnight model. I can look for short scalps in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Question is, will it give me enough points to get out of the way before Trump starts talking? I have no idea. If you entered at 160, where would you put your stop loss? Like long or short? If I entered at 160 to go long, I'd already be out for a scalp, because I only target like 20 points max. 20 points. Yeah, Trump speaks in 20 minutes. So I kind of want to just enjoy my sub here. Got a sub, a chicken tender sub, got some mayo on the side. I'm gonna go crazy. What would you risk on your stop loss? Stop losses are it depends on the trader. I risk my entire account. The only reason why I can do that is because I have, oh shit, that jalapeno is spicy. Oh, it's good but spicy. The only reason why I can do that is because right now I have like 30 plus accounts. So what is one account to me? Especially if it's a fresh account with $0 made into it. I don't care about it at all. And when you don't care about accounts, you'll realize that the best trades you make are on accounts you don't care about. You'll see people say, why am I doing so good at paper trading But when I go into prop firms or funded accounts, I can't do it and I lose a bunch. I haven't won at all. I haven't taken a single payout. But look at my paper account. What's obvious, you don't care about the paper account. You care about your funded account. You're gonna cut your losses, or you're gonna cut your winners short. You're gonna let your losers run, right? Because you care about it so much. You're just like, oh man, but what if it goes back up? What if this? What if that? You know? What the? Oh, dude, this sub is not it. It's like overflowing. Good thing I didn't take that short. Or technically, the short entry is not even here yet. It's like after this candle or the next candle. So there was no entry short. It's not a good thing I didn't take a short. There was no entry. So if I took a short right there, I deserve to lose whatever account that was in it. Dude, they fucked my shit up. What? How am I supposed to eat this? Maybe it's because I asked for too much extra stuff. Is Trump talking? What the hell is going on here? That was a good sub. Shameless plug, 15 likes and 15 viewers every single night. I'll do a giveaway. I had 6 micros, broke even at 153, low 6 minutes ago. It was 162. Oh, not break even, buy order. Oh shit. Technically, this is my short entry for 10 points, 10, 20 points. But I'm eating a sub right now. And my hands are dirty. Is there a sensor that reads your face and converts to stick guys? No, it just detects my microphone. So whenever I talk, the mouth opens. And then there's a random interval built in for blinking. Thank you though, I appreciate it. No, I'm not that sophisticated. That would be cool though. I know a bunch of people do that. Like those VTubers and stuff, they have all that fancy stuff. This app is very yeah, it's a lot more simpler. Yeah, you literally just draw a stick figure and you draw like several different expressions, and then it loops through it. Yeah, I could also add some other stuff to it, like random shaking, random jumping. It's a good app though. Yeah. Joined a WAP today. Oh, Parker, you joined a premium today. Yeah, I remember talking to you. Parker, if you want to try canceling, because I know you paid full price. If you want to try canceling and seeing if you can keep the membership for the month and then resubscribe next month with the coupon code, let me know. And if it doesn't work, reach out to me on Discord or anything, and I'll literally put you in the premium myself. Yeah, of course. Did you take any of the overnight scalps tonight? This overnight scalp was a bit harder to read, right? If you read my overnight scalp model, because it's like slightly bearish, but you could argue that it was flat. And when it's flat, I play both sides, right? And I did hit all of my scalps. And technically this is the entry for a short scalp, but I'm eating right now, so I'm not going to take it. And because Trump's speaking in 12 minutes. So that's another reason why I shouldn't take it. Do you live stream on AM sesh? I do not. I work a 9 to 5 during the AM session. I have a full-time job as an engineer. I'm pretty sure that's already like 10 points. From the high? I can't tell. But it probably is. Cancel tomorrow. Late getting home. Gotta try to wrap my head around the models. Yeah. Let me know if you have any questions. Are you into cars? I'm not personally, but my friend has a what is it? 300 ZX twin turbo Fairlady. He's into cars. I just drive I drive like a Q5, Audi Q5, like 2015. I wish I got a Toyota though, but my parents gifted me the car during high school, so I couldn't say no and be an ungrateful piece of shit. You're a former chemical engineer, started my own business and do that full time now. Oh, sick. Nice. Chemical engineering is freaking hard. I hate elements. I hated chemistry. I hated all of that. I was doing electrical engineering, and then I took semiconductors, and they were like, "Oh, you gotta learn what is it?" They were throwing like chemistry at me, and I was like, "What the hell? I thought I was doing electrical engineering, not chemistry." All that like the silicon shit. Yeah, so I stopped doing electrical engineering. I finished college as a computer engineer. Cars at the end of the day, especially if it's a gift. Oh yeah, I know. I mean, I've driven it for the past like 10 years, you know, so it's a nice car too. You know, they didn't have to give me an Audi car. They could have given me any car, and I would have been grateful. Trading stuff makes me feel dumb. I keep telling myself I'm not an idiot. Dude, if you're a chemical engineer, I'm sure you'll like, you just need that little push. Like, you might be closer than you think. And you could even take some of my models and, like, I gave you the historic data of the models, like those percent lines. Maybe you can see something I don't see, and you'll make an even better model than I do, right? And then sell it, okay? Sell it and give me like royalties. Make your own Discord, and then give me like 10%, 5%. If it's 2015, driven it for 5 years and it was still a new car back then when you got it. Oh yeah, I think when they bought it, it was used 16k miles. I think buying a new car is like a scam. You drive it off the lot and the price goes down by like X%. Like it already depreciated by the time you you know, by the time you drive off the lot. Sorry, I'm eating a sub right now. Graduated in 2012, looking back, I was locked the fuck in. Dude, if you graduated in 2012, I already know you're smart. If you did engineering back then, there's no AI back then. Like, you had to be locked in. You know what I mean? I don't even know if you had check. Also, that short scalp did end up working for about like 20-ish points. That was a trade where if I got in and it was And that's one trade that I would think about exiting before 9 p.m. when Trump starts talking. You know, in Eastern Europe, you have a trick. People buy a car in Germany with 160 kilometers. By the time it reaches Eastern Europe, it has 77. Wait, what? Wait. What does that mean? Does the car travel back in time? My fault if I'm overstepping. Do you believe in God? Sort of. I used to pray every day. When my cousins introduced me to Christianity when I was a kid. Now I'm just kind of like, you know, I'm doing my own thing. They turned the mileage down. Isn't that illegal? Like, you're not allowed to do that, right? Messing with the odometer. Let me show you guys the car that my friend, he's been working on it since high school. It's been a while. What a fair lady. Fair lady twin turbo. Oh, here it is. Here's this car. I mean, it's pretty sick. I think this is like literally his car. This is exactly what it looks like. It's got that older car vibe, like a Tokyo Drift vibe. And it is loud. It's only illegal if they get caught. A lot of stuff is only legal if they get caught. Like tax fraud and all that. Yeah. What cars do you like, Alex? No problem. Hold up, I'm back. Like a Miata? What do Miatas look like? Miata. Oh, these cars are sick. I feel like the old aesthetic of these cars are like so cool. This is a car that I drive. I drive like a mom car. Oh wait, I have it in my. I think this is literally my car. Midnight Navy? I mean, no, this is too blue. My car's like black. Like black blue. Old Acura NSX. Yeah, Need for Speed. Yeah, my friend's a big fan of Need for Speed and Fast and Furious. Dang, these cars are sick. BMWs. I have a white E92335i. I don't regret the amount of money put into it, but if I was into training earlier, I would have been able to buy at least 25 funded. Whoa! Out of memory, hello? Your car was too sick, it broke my browser. Yeah, it's a pretty sick car. Oops. I think my sister had it was a 335 or it was something else. But it was definitely base. And it was an older one. It was like I forget what year. It died, it blew up. Do you have issues with that car, Alex? It was 3 something that she had. I forget what which one it was. I think she had oil issues, and then I think she had either the engine blew up or something happened where like she had to get a new car. She got a Buick. It's actually a pretty cool car. It's like that luxury feel. I don't know how much it was, but I definitely have issues more often than the average person. Luckily not crazy pricey things, not often either for how long I've had it. Nice. Yeah, for my car, like there was one time where like somebody put a fence in my way. I don't know who put that fence there, but that fence was moving at me. So I hit it, and then I think the what is it called? The mud shield, and then my side bumper and fender got fucked up. So I went to some body shop place. They were like, oh, it's gonna be like $18,000, and I was like, what the fuck? I'm a college kid. I've never seen that much money in my entire life. What? No, fuck you. It drives normally. So I ended up not paying for it. But my car friend, the guy with the twin turbo, he actually helped me. So we bought some aftermarket fender and bumper, and he helped me put it on. It was actually super cool by him. I paid for his rent that month because like we were out there in the hot Florida sun for like 3 days. Trump talking? This is definitely from Trump talking. This is where it's time to gamble. Yeah, 18,000, but I think maybe it's because there's no insurance. Like, I asked my sister, I was like, do we have insurance? And they were like, yes, but don't use it. Like, check how much it is, just base price. And I was like, fuck no. You do yourself. I think it was right about 3K because it was 2 different parts that I had to buy plus shipping. It was right about like 3-ish K, yeah. So like my roommate saved me that much money. I just paid for his rent. Check chat history. I said too short at 234, but this is hindsight 1-1. 234. Where all these wicks are? That was pretty decent. Yeah. Yeah, I was looking to short right here and then maybe 15 points above, which is 4-5. But I think this would have already took the profit, so I wouldn't have even taken this second entry for the overnight scalp model. Yeah, peace out, Alex. I'm just responding to some people on Reddit right now. Fame is my name. Whoa! So you see how like when financial juice, when something's actually happening, there's pretty good updates. Look, Iran's navy is gone, air force in ruins, most of Iran's leaders are dead. Right? So here, when something official is going on, it's very fast and in scraping whatever he's saying. Right? Should I buy this? The buy opportunity was down here near 100. Not gonna touch it. Ooh, I'm itching. I'm itching to click that button, but I won't do it. I've been fucked by news way too many times. And Iran is saying all of that, but who knows, like, not Iran is saying all that. Trump is saying all of that, but who knows how much of it is true. Just got this with 8 micros, in and out, in and out. On my only funded account. Oh, dude, you're crazy. You're crazier than me. I'll buy this. I don't give a shit. What's he saying? We don't need oil from the Middle East. Okay. Not sure how true that is, but okay. I'll click this button, man. You know, for what it's worth, this news doesn't seem that crazy yet. Ooh. No, I don't want to draw. I want to move my take profit. All right, let's see what else he's saying. All right, take profit is okay. One more account done. Huh? Why are you in a trade? Whoa. Why are you in a... Thank God I checked this screen. Because why is this account in a trade? 2. Dude, thank God I checked this screen. 204. Is that financial news? Yeah, it's a news source. This account take profit. I mean, this can break even and I'll have the payout day, so. Come on, just get me out of here. Now I gotta check all my other accounts to make sure I'm not in anything else. Am I in anything else? All right, okay. No, I don't trade ICT. I trade my own methods. I don't think anyone else trades like me. My methods are very unique. No ICT, no orb, no anything. I came up with them myself. I was in a toilet when I heard you scream and I jumped out. Jump into the trade. Well, did you at least make money for it? Did you at least make money from it? Dude, we're such degens for trading this. What's my method? I trade an overnight trend continuation. So in the first hour, I determine a trend, and then I wait for a pullback and basically just bet the trend continues. So for example, this was a flat day. When it's a flat day, I can play both sides. I wait for 15 to 20 minutes of pullback, and I enter near the top. So this was the scalp. This was the scalp short. This was the scalp long. This was the scalp short. 1, 2, 3. I've hit every single one of my trades tonight on stream. My other model is something called it's based off something called my percent line. Right? So these are my percent lines. You can just think about them as support and resistance, but I've backtested 4 years of data. The odds of NQ breaking above this green line is 15% or 12%. 12% to break above this green line. 12%, 5%, 2%, and 1%. So on every tap of the line and in between the halfway points, I trade a reversal. So today, if you traded this model, you would have won every single trade. You short here. This is your first short, another short. First entry, second entry, third entry, fourth entry here, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. All of them would have scalped for at least 40 points. These are all private lines that I give out to my premium Discord every single day at Globex Open. They're private indicators, so I don't give it out to anybody. How do you map that out daily? I have it coded in Thinkorswim. This is easier than casino, I swear. Dude, Luke, this is why I don't do the casino. I just can't do it. You could literally be doing this and it's way easier. For me, at least. It's mapped out. I have a Thinkorswim script that I wrote up, and it calculates it every day at Globex Open. So right here, right when market opens, it calculates it for the day. That's my other model. If I had to trade one model for the rest of my life, I would trade that model for the rest of my life. Which is why I don't give it away to anybody. This overnight model, I do it on stream, but my percent lines, I don't give it away to anybody. What the hell are you talking about now? Core strategic objectives are close to completion. I don't even know what that means. We are going to finish the job and we're going to finish it very fast. We are getting very close. Okay, now he's just being a weirdo. Now he's being suspicious and sus. 2K in overnight so far. Let's fucking go, Luke. For those of you guys who don't know, Luke is actually my first quote-unquote student. He's the first member of my premium. He's been trading for 1 month and he's already taken out, I think, 2.8K in payouts. Premium is available in TradingView or Tradeovate. The premium is only on the Discord. Your percentage lines are similar to trading standard deviation channels. Yeah, that's how you should think about them, as standard deviation channels. I like to think about them as even simpler than standard deviation channels. I literally think about them as support and resistance. I like to keep it simple. The math and data analysis to get to it was not super simple, but when I look at it and I trade it, it's completely simple. I know exactly where to short, I know exactly where to long, and that's it. I'm probably done. I don't see any more opportunities, but basically, like, it looks like he's saying a bunch of BS. So like anywhere between these zones, there's a reason why I longed here. So I didn't believe whatever he said was worth crashing all the way down. So just a small long here. This short was another like decent way to get back into it, because all the news he's saying is not good. It's not good news. So just targeting near this median, and I don't even have to target for the median. I'm scalping like 10-20 points. So like just this noise to attempt to get to the middle is all you need. Where are we at? Are we at 180? No, we're below 180. Do you look at daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly upper or lower expected moves? I don't give away anything about my percentage lines. It's all private. Most anything else, like my overnight model, I only trade 2 models. I guess you can say 3. My third one is discretionary. Like this long, I took it just because, you know, fuck it, right? I trade the overnight model. The overnight model, basically you can learn it from me for free just looking at how I trade. And then if anybody has, like, if anybody asks me tips or whatever about prop firms, I also tell it, even though I have like a whole course dedicated to it. The only thing I really monetize is that one percentage line. That's it. Just because I think it's worth the amount of money. It's like 50 bucks per month, I think. But it's also completely optional. Like, just take a look at my P&L, take a look at my payouts, and then realize if you ever want to consider joining the premium. Currently, there's a 45% coupon for beta, and I think I'll keep it up until the end of this month. $550 this session, 400 more, and I passed the combine. Nice, Parker. Nice. As long as he doesn't drop any bombshells, I don't think we're gonna fly anywhere. I think scalping this, either way you take, near the extremities are decent. Okay, let's see what he's saying. Iran can never be trusted with nuclear weapons. I think we've been saying that for like 10 plus years. Short-term gas price increase due to Iran attacks. Rise in gasoline. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. US has plenty of gas. We're in great shape for the future. We don't need, or much straight. We have not needed it and we don't need it. Iran has been basically destroyed. Hard part is done. When conflict ends, trade would open up naturally. This doesn't sound very peaceful. I think he was talking about peace talks recently. Meanwhile, discussions are ongoing. We are going to hit them extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, this can't be good. I'm not scalping this anymore long. Now he's getting to like the, yeah, we're gonna keep fucking them up. He's like, oh, discussions are ongoing. Oh, we're gonna bomb the fuck out of them. Okay. Yeah, that's expected. Oh, you got burn, Luke? Damn. It was decent scalping until he said we're gonna bomb the fuck out of them for in the next 2 or 3 weeks. You need a shout out to trading news? Yeah, this was I wouldn't call this trading. This is more like gambling. Got to agree you should have cut my losses after that. I feel like if he didn't say he was going to keep bombing the shit out of them for the next 2 or 3 weeks, we wouldn't have. I'm pretty sure that's exactly why we crashed. Literally, when I read that, I think I literally said it. I was like, oh, we're gonna bomb the shit out of them for 2 or 3 weeks. Okay, now it's not worth it to scalp it anymore. And now we're crashing. This might touch the lower percent line. I probably will end up longing at the lower percent line. I'm gonna set an alert for it actually. No crying casino. Hey, you're still net positive, man. That's all that matters. I don't like watch other traders as I have my own method. However, I'm new to prop space and just figuring out how the evaluation and payment works, but not personal accounts my whole life. If you've been trading personal accounts, then yeah, you've probably developed way better habits than I did. Personal account trading and prop firm trading is a lot different. Prop trading actually enforces bad habits. Still 1.9k profit total over my evals. Nice. Probably gonna fund it tomorrow's. Funded tomorrow. Yeah, for sure. Locked my accounts. This is a like you just kind of wait. I'm still gonna take the percent line trades just because I'm just gonna bet that we don't end up at a 2% day as I always do, and if we do, then we do. We're not there yet though. I have an alert set, but I'm not gonna set a buy order there because if this does speed up and this is not the top of the volume and this speeds up, it's gonna crash through my first percent line, and that's what I don't want to see. So I'm not gonna set stop orders wherever I'm thinking about adding. Hopefully this is the apex right here, but there's always a chance that Trump says something else. How to make your face the doodle that's cool? I drew it on MS Paint, and I used something called ViaDoTube. I'm right here. Hey guys. Hello. I can add some effects. Let me see how this looks on my I want to see how this looks too. Hold up. New wait what? State effects. Oh, there I go. There I go. Hello. I'm jumping. I'm jumping. What other effects do we have? Okay, party time. This is like giving me a headache. Hold up. Let me not do that. I don't want to jump either. But yeah, this is a pretty nice little application. Whoever made it is pretty smart. And you know, I say it's like a simple application, but I'm sure the whole programming and coding behind it is probably still a pain in the ass. Especially since this was made before the AI times, so they're probably very smart. But yeah, it's a nice program. I like it. I'm too lazy to show my face. I used to do face cams. What's up, Tom? Just join your free Discord. Where's the info on the paid service? It should be on the disclaimer. I have a disclaimer right here for my paid services. But you know, before you decide to join the paid service, just look at my P&Ls, look at my profits, look at my payouts, and then decide for yourself. Currently we have a beta launch code for 45% off. It'll probably be going away next month. You get access to all my models, you get access to all my notes, you get access to this beginner roadmap that I created. It's a monthly fee, but if you just want my notes and this roadmap, you can literally just read it once and then just cancel. If you're interested in my current day's trading model, which is if I had to trade one model for the rest of my life, I would trade this model. This model, I give you guys the levels every single day. That's the only thing I charge for. Right, so if you're interested in a course, pay it once and then just, you know, you never have to pay it ever again. I've been copy trading 3 accounts, got 1k drawdown left. You think I can bounce back? It's tough for 1k. When I have 1k or less buffer, but might be because I have a ton of accounts, I basically wait for an A+ trade and then I size up to 5 or 10 micros. Sounds reasonable, thanks. Yeah, for sure. If you have any questions, just reach out to me, okay? It's possible. I just have to wait for like an A+ setup, but you need to, like, the hardest part when you're copy trading and you're down on the drawdown, the hardest part is trading scared, because here's what's gonna happen, right? Yeah, thanks, Luke. Thanks for stopping by. Peace out, man. Here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna see an A trade, right? Let's say you wanted to long here or long here. You're gonna see an A trade, and you're gonna be too scared to take it. I am never too scared. Well, sometimes I'm scared, right? Like right now, I'm scared because of the environment we're in. Right now, I'm not trading at all. I'm not really scared. I'm cautious, right? But you'll see a trade that you're supposed to take, maybe in the perfect market environment, and then you don't take it, and then you watch it go without you. And you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna chase, and when you chase, your entry, instead of being here where you were supposed to long, your entry is here, right? Which means you're quote unquote, you're metaphorically down this many points. And just noise, if we don't rock it up for you, your accounts are gonna die. Just the noise here is gonna blow up your account, even though you should have already been in the position right here, right? So I never trade, like when I'm in a trade, I don't care if the account blows up. But that's just because of how I've scaled, right? And that's why I don't copy trade. When you copy trade, this is why, like, I have a whole section in my premium explaining why I don't copy trade, right? My copy trading, quote unquote copy trading, is I trade in batches. I have 20 accounts. Oh, I have like 30 now, a little bit over 30, and I'll copy trade like 2 or 3 at a time, right? I will never copy trade 100% of my accounts. This entire year, I haven't had a single day where I have not had a funded account. Every single day, I've had, on average, 10 to 30 funded accounts. Right? So in the beginning, copy trading is just dangerous in general. You see everyone copy trading on the internet, and it's because they're just trying to show you the big wins, because that's how they market, right? You copy trade 5 accounts, you show 5 accounts with plus 5k profit. People are interested in buying your course or whatever you're selling, right? What they don't show you is how much they spend to get to those 5k copy traded. I've shown my Discord my spend. Someone asked me, how much did you spend this year to make your 200 something K profit? And I showed them my bank statement. I literally showed them I am more transparent than 99% of the people that you'll meet on the internet. Nobody does this. No one. They will never do this. Somebody asked me, right? Somebody asked me, right? I'm not gonna like dox them or anything, but they were like, how much do you use to buy per month? And I went to my Chase app to show them, right? And I was like, oh, you know, the huge spike in spend is because of this 78k transfer to Fidelity, right? I explain it, I show everything. No one else is going to show this, because everyone else is trying to lie to you guys and scam. I'm not that great. I'm just an average trader that's figured out how to trade prop firms. That's it, right? But I'm also a guy that hates people that sell out and tries to scam other people. There's people out there selling like 6k courses, right? There was somebody like Tory Trade, or like some like Jade Cap, one of them. They recommended someone to take out a loan to pay for their mentorship, and they said you'll make your money back. And that's fucking disgusting, right? So during one of my initial streams way back in the day, I told my OG watchers, I told them, if I ever sell anything, I would never charge you guys more than the cost of a 50k eval per month. Never. And how much is my premium now? It's like 50 bucks. It's cheaper than every single 50k eval in the market, right? My education is, my course is 50 bucks. And then if you're interested in my percent line model, then that's just $50 per month. That's it. Hey Jack, just lost 1500 during 2 trades. Now I'm down 1500 for my 25p, and now I feel weird. I don't know how to do about it. Should I take the day off tomorrow, or should I just try again tomorrow? So here's the thing, McLovin, and thanks for stopping by. Now I don't know what you mean by when you feel weird, but trading should never make you feel a lot of strong emotions. You should never feel extremely happy. You should never feel extremely sad, because when you feel strong emotions, it's going to affect the way you trade. And let me show you my biggest blow up day. Okay. Look, this was my biggest blow up. I lost 73k in prop accounts, right? 73k if you add up all of this. And I'll tell you exactly how I felt. I remember how I feel, and I feel this every single time, whether it's 73k, 30k, 10k, whatever. I just felt annoyed, right? So if you're feeling weird in a way that it's like you're angry or it's something very strong, right? Then what that comes from is that you're risking too much, right? And you may be thinking, I need to make this money, I need it. And the fact that you lost those accounts really like hurts you. I could lose all my accounts tomorrow and I won't be hurt. And because why is because the biggest thing I teach is that you should budget. Never trade with money you can't afford to lose, right? If you've seen any of my posts on Reddit, I say that for your budget every month for prop firms or whatever, it's money you should be happy, or you not happy, but you should be okay with setting on fire. This is money you need to set on fire and you feel nothing. It doesn't affect how you live, right? It doesn't affect your family situation at all. It affects nothing. That's when all those losses and all those wins, right? Blown up accounts, it'll affect you so much less. Because you know you can still pay your bills. You know you can still buy your groceries, you know, feed whatever mouths you have to feed. That's another reason why I have a full-time job, right? People always ask me, why aren't you doing this full-time? And I was like, I can't, right? If I have a red month, if I have 2 red months, 3 red months in a row, it's going to affect how I trade. I'll be trading scared, right? Yeah, of course. Yeah. I just don't want to see you end up as one of those Reddit stories. I hate reading them. Like, I'm in 40k debt because of trading. I wish I never traded, right? Like, my family is in debt now. I can't afford this. I can't afford that. It's the worst. And I see posts about it every single day. That's why I preach about it so much. Like, I've been there before. I've been in rock bottom. I've been, you know, worried about my next paycheck and stuff like that. You know, I had a gambling addiction when I was in college. So I know how it feels. And even though I'm just a random guy on the internet just telling you, most likely you won't take my advice. Because people don't listen to anybody. The only way they listen, the only person they listen to is themselves when they hit rock bottom. Yeah, true, just felt in a weird way. I was like, damn, dude, I know exactly how you feel. Let me tell you this story. It's one of my rock bottom stories, because when you're a trader and you hit rock bottom, you will, if you can get up from rock bottom, you will learn so much. I'll tell you this story of mine. This was about last year. I had a My Fund of Futures Pro account. I had $17,000 in it. All I had to do was trade 1 micro for 7 days, and I would have taken a $14,000, $15,000 payout. And this was before I made huge amounts of money, so that meant a lot to me. And what did I do? I sized up and I traded every single trade with 5 minis. and I lost it all in one day. And I was just like you. I was like, damn. I'll tell you what I did. After that account blew up, I went into the bathroom and I looked myself in the eyes. I looked myself in the eyes. I was like, I was just disappointed in myself, right? Didn't like what I was looking at. Like, how could you do that? And then will that ever happen to me again? No, it will never. I will never have that happen to me again. Right? And how many posts do you think I read about, oh, risk management, oh, don't trade 5 minis, oh, don't do this, don't do... Like, how many posts do you think I read of those? I probably read hundreds. Did I follow them? No. Did I listen to anybody online? No. When did I truly learn? It's when I hit rock bottom. And it's up to you. It's up to you, Maddie. There's only 2 ways. And the good thing about rock bottom is that you can only go up. There's 2 directions where you can go right now. You can either give up, or you can, you know, take it to the chin, move on. Tomorrow is another day. Next week is another week. Next month is another month. Okay. I feel like I'm letting my family down. That's why I have my full-time job, right? You know, I always budget. I never lose more than I can afford. I'm not going to let my family down. I'm not going to let anybody down. I don't want to go back to the streets. I've never had it that bad, but I can only imagine how bad that is. And it's just going to put huge pressure on you. And that pressure is going to affect how you trade. Trading, you should be trading in a very calm state. Win or lose, you should be in a calm state. You can go back into my streams and I would be down 200, 300 points, right? And I would be so calm. I like mentoring. I like teaching. You know, I was a tutor and all of that, but I personally don't do one-on-one mentors. It's just not worth my time. You know, I work 9 to 5 and then I stream and then I trade throughout the entire day. I can afford a loss. My family deserves to win. Oh, I completely understand, right? Which means you should put in the effort, you know, to make to get those wins. And where does it start? It starts at 0. Okay, starts even before you think about trading. You just think about, you know, and I tell everyone the same thought experiment. I say, what do you think a professional trader does, right? And then you compare yourself to whatever you say, and then you know where your next steps are. But the biggest thing is never trade with what you can't first lose. I don't mentor. All I have is the premium with all my notes, but my notes don't really have like, it has like some psychology stuff, but it's mostly just my course for everything I learned in prop firms, and then all my models. You hear the speech of Trump? What is he saying now? Has it calmed down a little bit? Oh, here it is. It basically just, Trump is going to keep attacking Iran, right? That's why crude oil spiked. And whenever there's war related news that causes crude oil to spike, you'll see that, and it has to be war news related, you'll see the futures of NASDAQ and ES go the complete opposite direction. Look, it's the opposite. Down, up, right? Should I go back to 2 micros? It's completely up to you. It depends on where you are in your journey. But in the beginning, everyone should be trading micros. Like me personally, I trade like 5 micros, you know what I mean? I'll only trade minis on accounts that I have that I do not care about. The account could blow up and I could not care less. That's where I trade like 2 minis, 10 plus minis. He's done? Yeah, I think he's done. Do you trade during the New York session? Yes, I do. But I can't stream because I work during New York. Wait, hold up. Do you trade rare day during overnight after levels hit? Yes. Yeah, Parker, if we keep dipping to a rare level, I'm gonna buy it. And especially because this next this closest rare level is close to whatever I just said. I think I said it in the Discord. You see how the 15% is close to somewhere? So now I'm even more inclined to take it. I'll still take it with only 2 accounts, right? I usually take every hit with 2 accounts. 2, 2, 2, 2. 2 at first tap, 2 in the middle, and then 2 at the next tap, 2 in the middle, next tap, middle, next tap, middle, right? And then I stop after like 2 to 1%. Because then it's like, okay, why the hell am I trading this day? This day happens 2% or 1% of the time. Understand. I trade New York at work also. Yeah, I'm kind of blessed because I'm remote, but I can't stream because I deal with sensitive data. So I can't even risk you guys seeing anything that I'm working on. Just because it's like I don't think it's legal. It's like sensitive data. Not traded prop. When I start later today, I will trade 3 minutes during eval. When close to passing, it will slow down to 3 micros. And funded 1 minute and 10 micros as I trade my personal. Yeah, I have very similar ways to do that too. But I basically full pour my evals. I pass the evals in the minimum amount of days, or the account blows up. And that's because right now at where I'm at, spending a lot of time on evals is not worth it. Like time wise, it's not worth it. Oh, what's up, JK? What's up, man? It's been a while. Hope you've been doing well. Let's see if we keep flushing. Yeah, I get the opposite cost of the time loss is too high on eval. Yeah. Yeah. If I was starting from the beginning, I would not trade evals the way I do, because my budget, you know, back in the day is my budget back in the day was like 500 to $1,000, right? Now my budget is like 20k if I want it to be 30k, 40k. In the beginning, the budget is the way you take evals is slowly, and then you cherish every single funded account. If you can take your first funded to 2 or 3 months, you're gonna learn so much as a beginner. We're so cheap too. Do you stream every day? Yes, I try to stream every overnight session. I just couldn't stream like last week because I had a all hands on deck work meeting, so I was out of my city. Thank you for these helpful tips. Yeah, of course. Rare model makes sense to me. Yeah, it sort of makes sense, right? Like, you just simplify it to the next level and it's literally just support and resistance lines, right? I'm gonna have to read the overnight again. The overnight is a lot more discretionary. Yeah, Vlad, I know it's super late for you, like 3 a.m. Yeah, God bless you too, man. Good night. I'll probably end up closing shop here too, because I mean, I haven't taken a trade in so long. You guys are just listening to a random person on the internet just talking about, you know, acting like he's smart, talking about BS, right? When I'm not even taking a trade. But right now in this environment, I don't think it's worth it to take a trade. I'm worried about us flushing to go long, and the entry is too horrible to chase short, right? This is what happens if we just bounce here. Are we bullish now? No, of course not. I can still keep going, but now I'm already down 100 points just because I took a shit entry here. So it's not worth it. This is just, you just wait and see. But I think hopefully we're stabilizing. Maybe this is all an April Fool's joke from Trump. I think that's it. I think Trump is gonna wake up tomorrow or right at midnight and he's gonna say, hey guys, by the way, it was an April Fool's joke. War is over. You know, that the leaders are not dead. And we'll go to all-time highs. That might be what's going on. I'm not too sure, but that could be. It's actually not a decent place to long here for 10-point noise. I think we start stabilizing. I'm not going to chase it though, but I think I'm out of accounts to chase it. What accounts do I have? I have some accounts. Maybe I'll take some evals here, honestly. I don't think I will. I'll take evals if we get one more dip below. Then I'll take evals. Other than that, guys, you know, you guys have been great. It was either talking to you guys or just talking to myself for X amount of hours and just going crazy. So I really appreciate you guys. I'll be back on tomorrow night. We'll see. Hopefully I don't lose everything during the New York session, but we'll see. If it becomes a 2% day or 1% day, then I will take a big hit. I'll be trading my model more strictly from now on because I've been mismanaging my accounts recently. I don't want to keep doing that. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, guys. Peace.